It's happening. It's been a while since I've brought the camera out with me. I've done a few camps like. I've just tried to enjoy it rather than having to think about filming and stuff. But today we're on a bit of a shakedown camp. And with shakedown, what I mean is the gear I've packed today is mainly the gear I'm going to be taking on the West Highland Way. So my pack is pretty heavy for a one-nighter really. It's more than I wanted to be carrying, but there's a whole lot of snacks in here. But anyway, so get yourself a brew, get your nerdy gear hat on, because in this one we're going to talk about some gear. So I'm just going to grab a bit of water and then we're going to hit the trail. Oh. Oh God, it's a heavy one that today. Views are stunning. I don't even think I've told you where I'm going tonight. So I'm currently on my own, walking up. Stupid bee, come on. Sorry for that interruption. Yeah, so I'm on my own at the minute, and I'm meeting a couple of lads up on Green Gable. And yeah, I know, before you say it, you've been up there too many times, Chris. Well, do you know what? I bloody like it. So anyway, what I wanted to mention was the pack. This is the Atom Packs Prospector 60. I think it's the Prospector now. I've had it over 12 months. When I bought it, it was the Mo. It's been all over with me. To be fair, it's been on many wild camps, seen many miles. This is one of the pre-built ones that you can get off the website. It's decent enough for all my winter kit. It's probably a bit too big for summer kit because I have got my drone in here today as well, so you can imagine if I took my drone out of that, how small that'd actually be. But yeah, I just love it. It's so much versatile. These pockets are massive on the sides, you can fit much in there. This is so stretchy, you could probably put your tent in there if you really wanted to. I normally just keep my waterproofs in there at access, and then I've got a bit of a Senshi in there just to keep that. And then obviously the bottom, if you know anything about the Atom Packs, they've got like a stash pocket, so you can put like your chocolate bars in and all that sort of jazz. It's quite handy to have. And one thing I noticed when I moved to this bag was you can be a lot more self-sufficient. You know, sometimes there's nothing worse than stopping and asking your mate to get your bottle of water out, when on the Atom Pack you've got two pockets and you can just keep your water on there. So I normally keep at least 1 litre with me at all times. You have got hip belt pockets, But the hip belt pockets are an add-on, an accessory. You have to buy them separately, but they are pretty big. A lot of people say you can't fit a lot in them, but I think you can fit quite a lot in them, to be truthfully honest. I don't normally carry 2 on them, but because obviously doing the West Highland Way, I've got one that's got like first aid stuff in. Normally I don't carry first aid stuff, and yeah, shoot me. But touch wood, I've never had any accidents or anything. I'm normally quite careful on what I do. I know my skills, know my abilities. So yeah, anyway, I love this pack. It just kind of like moulds to your back. The more you wear it, the better it becomes. It's like having a bit of a turtle shell on your back. So anyway, I'm just going to chill here a minute now. I'm just going to crack open. Where is it? A can of Iron Brew. Cheers. Right, another thing I wanted to talk to you about was water filter. If you don't have one, get one, because you don't need to carry all that goddamn water from the car. So, empty bottle, 1 litre, and then this one I'm going to drink before and then fill it up again, so I get a load of water now. And this is the Catadine B3. It's only 600ml, but I only use it to filter into the bottles, and then I just squash it back up again because it's tiny. It weighs about 60 grams, if you wanted to know. I had one of these years ago, but you've got to be careful with the water filter. The last one I had froze, and some of the strands snapped, so I bought myself a new one. But it's mainly just for the West Highland Way again. Everything you see is West Highland Way. Normally I use a platypus quick draw. That's works really well, but normally I just fill a 2 litre bag up. Either put it on the top of the bag or put it in the front. That's what I'd normally do, and then you don't need to mess around. Keep filling it, filtering it into the bottles. So yeah, anyway, I'll grab some water from here. I'm going to fill my bottles up. Better not fall in, eh? That'd be funny, wouldn't it, if I fell in? So that's 600ml in there. So then the plan is to fill this one up when we can get into it. And the flow rate on these B3s are rapid. Probably one of the fastest water filters you'll probably see. The platypus that I use, some people say that the flow rate's pretty naff on it, but I've never really had any issues with it. The water's pretty clear, to be honest, as long as you don't mulch the bottom up, you know, so the dirt comes up. You're normally pretty sound. So anyway, I'm not going to bore you with any more water filling. That's just one, and I'm going to do probably another 3 or 4 more. So, and then that is my destination. So after this, straight up there, tent pitched. summit push. Come on. Whew. I'll tell you what, my fitness is getting good. I've just come up that steep bit. Didn't even stop, man. I didn't film at the top because there's a couple of people milling around, but I did go to the top. And yes, I did touch it again. But I've seen some wild campers over here. They've pitched way too early. So I'm just going to go and have a word with them. It's out of order, innit? It's not even tea time. Plenty of time for the sunset, haven't we? You know what I'm saying? Oh. See, these are pitched too early.
There's not enough room, mate.
See, what are you playing at?
Who are you then?
What are you playing at, you two?
Mountain police.
Well, look at this guy. That's Dan.
It's late now. It's 12 o'clock.
That's Big Rutney. So I'll catch you in a bit. Right then, time to cook up a storm, eh? On a real termite chicken curry tonight. Peng, if you've ever had one. Need to be precious, only got a litre left. Sure, that'll be enough. Only a chicken curry in it. I've had this one before. It tastes like a takeaway curry if you've ever had takeaway curry before. Another little piece of kit was the cooking stove. So I normally use what is it now? The MSR Pocket Rocket, but I didn't realise it weighs 75 grams, and I swapped it out for the BRS. I don't know if you can see it or not. The BRS only weighs 25 gram, I think, top of my head. And when you're cooking, you know, what does it matter? You know what I mean? You're just boiling water. So I've swapped that piece out. Not like it makes anything, but makes any difference. But grams make prizes, don't they? So yeah, a good little addition to the lightweight kit. And then in a bit we'll talk about some other stuff and have a little look at the tent and that, because I'm in a new tent as well. So yeah, let's fire up the stove. Yeah, it's that bright with the sunlight. I can't even see it. That's hot, man. That's an absolute tank. Anyway, boil this water. It's probably getting a bit mild. And then we'll have a scrap. F1's on soon, so we need to be right. I'll catch you in a bit. So, I've had my scran and sat and watched the F1 for a bit. Couldn't get any signal inside the tent, so that was a bit crap. So I had to walk around and keep the signal going. But anyway, it was nice to sit on a mountain and watch some F1. But yeah, anyway, we said earlier on, didn't we, that we'd talk a bit about gear. We've done a little bit before. We talked about a backpack, we talked about water filter. Obviously, now we've got all the gear set up, I'll give you a little bit of a show round. I'm sat in a new tent that I bought specifically for the West Highland Way, which is the Durston X-Mid 1 Solid. And to be honest, I'm quite impressed with it so far. I've only pitched it once, which was on a field near my house. So this is its first voyage out. And yeah, I quite like it. I love the vestibule space on the other side. So there's plenty of storage space. And obviously there was a few key features I was looking for when I was looking for a tent for the West Highland Way. One of them was vestibule space. Because if you remember from a previous video, that pre-tent I had, if the weather changed, I would not be able to do anything. Like, because of its no head height and stuff. In here, there's shit loads of head height. And you can unclip the top here, unclip the corner here, and probably push the inner back. So, you know, that's what I really wanted. Was obviously if I'm trying to manage wet gear, having a bit of vestibule space to get under it like a tarp is probably is quite high on the agenda, really. So yeah, that was the main thing in the tent, and I'm impressed with it so far. It's quite light for what it is. And obviously, if you are using the walking poles to hike with on a multi-day hike, then it's worth its weight in gold, then, isn't it? But yeah, a couple of other pieces. I don't know if you'll be able to see the new Rab coat I purchased. This is the Rab Mythic Alpine. It's a 900 fill power jacket. It's probably more of a 2 to 3 season, and I got it just so it was to save weight from the Mythic Ultra, the one that you see, the orange one. That weighs like 511 grams. This is about 360, I think, off the top of my head, 360 or 340. So it saves me a lot of weight. So obviously the usual bits of gear. You've seen the Cumulus before. This is what's going to be coming with me, and the Nemo sleeping mat, that's going to be coming with me. So you know, some of the big three, as people call them, that's what we'll be using. So I'll tell you what, I'll pick you up and then let's go and have a little look around the tent. So yeah, this is the Mythic Alpine. I quite like it, to be fair. It puffs up quite a lot considering it's quite a small jacket, and I think the temperature today is going to be set to go down to, I think it's going to be 1 or 2 degrees, so it'll be quite a nice little test. I have got a Senchi and a fleece on underneath it at the minute because the wind was pretty biting. So, but I'm impressed with it so far. Puffs up really nicely, and I'm quite warm inside here. I've not got my down pants on, just got my normal Gex on. So we'll see how we go with that. It's a little bit of a test run, and if I can withstand not using the down pants, then the down pants won't come on the West Highland Way. But anyway, the main event is the Durston. So yeah, let's have a little look. Well, there she is. And this is what we were saying before. Look at the size of the vestibule space there. So much room, so you could easily sit up in there and get changed, and you can even just drop the inner and get back. But I've added a couple of guy lines onto these side bits just to work a little bit better, but I think she's looking pretty good, to be fair. All the pegs went in nice. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with the Durston so far. And I'm not going to say it's like windy or anything up here. A few little ones, but it's probably anywhere between, I don't know, 10, 12, 15, something like that. I haven't got my wind meter on me anyway. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with how it's shedding wind so far. So we'll see how it pans out. So I'm probably going to go for a bit of a mooch now. Sunset's in about 20 minutes, so probably go and watch sunset and hope we get some colour in the sky. The Scarfell range over this side, wherever it is, the Scarfell range here is looking nice and contoury, detailed, I don't know, textured, whatever you want to call it. Now that the sun's kind of dipping, it looks really nice. So yeah, I'm going to go watch sunset, so I'll bring you back in a bit. we've just been just chilling outside the tent. Been up to the summit again and having a bit of a mooch, chatting a bit of crap really. So I think it's time to hit the hay. So yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep and I'll be up for sunrise. I might pop my head out and see if there's any stars in a bit. So I shall say good night, God bless, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. A decent night's kip. A few little bits of wind gusting around. I'm impressed with the old X-Mid. Decent, I'm enjoying it. It's just what I needed anyway, for especially summer. And if any long distance hikes come up. So anyway, there isn't much going on out there because it rained at like 4 maybe, I think, can't remember. But it rained anyway. It's quite nice. And the one good thing with these Durstons is they're still poly. So obviously when they get wet, they don't sag or anything like that, which is good. So it still stays fully taut. But anyway, for now, I'm just going to make some rice pudding and strawberry for my breakfast before I head back down to the car. That's the one. So anyway, I'm going to cook this up and then I will bring you back in a bit. As always, good things come to an end. Time to pack away the tent now anyway. Just been watching it in the wind. It's been pretty good really, to be fair. Quite impressive it. I think the shape just sheds the wind off. You can't really tell, to be honest. But yeah, have a quick look at this. Yeah, you can't really tell, can you? But anyway, I'm going to get this tent packed and then head back down to the car. Right people, you know the score. Take your shit with you. That's where I was last night. Everything's in the bag. Time to go back down to the car. Right then, I enjoyed that camp. It was good that. Nice chatting to the lads, having a bit of catch up. not been out with them for a while, so I enjoyed that. And all the new gear, it was good to test out some new gear as well. And I'm impressed so far. I love the Durston. Gave me a bit of confidence that if the wind does pick up a little bit, it should be sound. I'm always a bit sceptical with trekking pole tents. If some of the big gusts come through, then it could just ruin your camp, really, couldn't it? But I'm quite impressed with that. I think I could take it a little bit further, so that's the aim of the game. Test it till it, not till it fails, but till your bottle goes maybe. But yeah, I think I'd probably take it up to about 25, maybe 30 mile an hour. I think because it sheds the wind pretty well. So yeah, I enjoyed that. It was nice to use a new down coat for a change. I'm always in the big Rab Mythic. But it did what it needed to do. I didn't feel cold. I did have a couple of layers on underneath it, but it wasn't exactly cold last night. I don't know what the temperature was, but it was probably a couple of degrees, something like that. So yeah, that was a good piece of kit. So yeah, enjoyable. So the next stop for me is going to be the West Highland Way in a week's time. So I'm hoping to film that. Hope I can complete it. So all shall see. But if you got any questions about any of the gear that I've been using, feel free to drop a comment and let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are with some of the kit. Is there any kit that might work for me? Let me know. But once I've done the West Highland Way, I'll probably do a full gear load out and you'll be able to see exactly everything, because there's obviously stuff that I don't really show you. So I'll do that. That's if I can complete the West Highland Way, that is. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one just as much as I have, and I'll see you on the next one.